If you're into affordable performance cars, you might well know that today is like Easter, Christmas, and your birthday, all wrapped up in a four-door box with a dirty great wing for a bow. Why? Because at long last, Honda's Civic Type R is here. It's finally here, and it's got a lot to live up to. You see, Type R just doesn't refer to another plastic badge on the back of a car. Over the last 20 years, it's actually adorned some of the greatest Japanese front-wheel drive performance cars of all time, including the Integra Type R of the late 1990s, which was the first genuine Type R to be ever sold here. What made it so great? Well, it was lighter and it was sharper than the standard Integra, but it was its engine, a screaming, snarling 1.8 litre banshee of a thing that really gave the Type R its teeth. It took another decade before the next one, the UK-built third-gen Civic Type R, came to Australia, but it was too stiff and a bit heavy, and it really wasn't a patch on the Integra. This is the 5th generation Civic Type R, and it's based on the 10th generation Civic. We missed out on the 4th generation Civic Type R, but don't worry too much, because underneath the two cars are pretty much identical. In fact, this car can be traced right back to 2013, when Honda first previewed the new 2-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder VTEC engine. And it's a bit of a stormer too. It makes 228 kilowatts and a whopping 400 newton meters of torque. It is 7 kilowatts down on overseas spec cars, thanks to a retune that allows the use of 95 octane fuel here in Australia. But it is just as quick to 100 kilometers an hour. And it makes more power than VW's Golf R, but not quite as much as Ford's Focus RS. Price-wise, the Type R matches the RS and is $1,000 cheaper than the entry-level Golf R Grid. Unlike its rivals, the four-door Type R is front-wheel drive and, like the RS, only comes with a 6-speed manual gearbox. I have to confess I am a total fanboy when it comes to fast front-drive hatches. And the Civic Type R is fantastic when you're up it for the rent. It's not like the old school Type Rs though. It's not noisy and compromising in everyday situations. Think of it as more a Type R for the new age. The 2-litre turbocharged engine that's a first for the Type R badge is absolutely amazing. It is so strong, especially a little bit higher in the rev range. There's only one gearbox and that's a 6-speed manual, and that is completely okay with me. The chassis too is just fantastic. It's very balanced and benign. It's not overly excitable and doesn't really want to bite you on a track. There's loads of grip, especially at the front end, and it just allows you to push on around the circuit. And let's face it, that's what a Type R is all about. Out on the open road, meanwhile, the Civic Type R is much more civilized than its forebears. There's a 3-way driving mode switch that allows you to put the shocks into a comfort mode, although it's not what you call luxurious. And the long-legged turbo motor as well combines with the 6-speed gearbox to really allow you to eat up the miles on a longer trip. It's not the quietest car in the world though, with those wide tyres and all those aero bits sticking out into the wind. But I am happy to report that that massive rear wing cannot be seen at all through the rearview mirror. And because underneath all these wings, it's still a 4-door Civic, and there's even plenty of room in the back. It comes well equipped with a driver aid package called Honda Sensing, which means the Type R has AEB, adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist as standard. And it's also got things like a push button start, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Does the new Civic Type R live up to the hype? Well, on first impressions, I reckon it might. It's very good on the road, it's excellent on a track, and if looks could kill, it could certainly give you a very nasty injury. But it does have to go up against a raft of new and very good premium hot hatch competitors, and only time will tell if the Civic Type R has what it takes.